Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nique Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nique, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about Colorscope from Perl, released with Hanson Chien production. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and for spending some time with me today. So in today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about Colorscope from Perl. Alright, now I realize that I'm quite late to reviewing this particular product because this is not like a new product, alright? It's been out for some time. In fact, I think it was released in January of this year, pretty early on. So because of that, I'm not really sure how useful this particular review will be. And the only reason why I say that is because, the review is late, right? And for, buyers of magic, right, like yourselves, reviews, I think, would only be useful, or they are at their most useful when the episodes are, released just as the product is released as well. You are at a point where you are deciding whether or not to buy the thing. So because of that, right, those of you who like this particular type of product would have already bought it by now, and those of you who don't fancy this sort of thing would have not bought it by now. However, it is an effect that is relevant to me, right? I relate to the effect, and so I thought I would just do an episode for Colorscope. So just some time ago, Perl actually contacted me on Facebook. He dropped me a message on Facebook and mentioned that he would be sending a copy of Colorscope over to me. So, being on the lookout for new effects, all the time, alright, all of us are. Colorscope wasn't new to me. I knew about Colorscope. In fact, when it first came out, I already knew about it. However, I didn't get down to buying it at the time. And I'm not sure why, but I didn't pick it up, even though I saw that it was an effect that I could relate to and it was relevant to me. So, I guess the wave, the urge to buy it had passed, right? So actually, I'm quite glad that Perl actually really kindly decided to send me a copy so that I can chat about it on this show. So what is the effect for Colorscope, right? Well, in its basic form, Colorscope is a prediction effect, all right, of the arrangement of 4 different colors, right? In this case, red, blue, green, and yellow. There are 4 little wooden chips, which I will show you in a while. In effect, the spectator is invited to just arrange them, on the table in a particular order, or mix them up if necessary. And then from there, you are able to show the spectator that you had already actually predicted the order that they had randomly placed the chips in. Now that is the effect, all right? It's a color prediction effect. However, presentationally, what makes this different, all right, is that it is a readings kind of a thing. What I mean by that is, as the routine progresses, you don't just hand the chips to the spectator and tell them arrange these things in a random order, right? You give each of the colors to the spectator and you engage him or her in a conversation about what each of the colors mean to them, and from there, using that color idea as a way to drive the content, you're able to give a personality reading of sorts before they place the chips down in an order. So I mentioned earlier that I do use this sort of a color matching effect quite a bit in my own work. In fact, for the past, 10, 12 years, in my stage show, I've always included a chair prediction of some kind. It plays really big, right? In my live stage show, in my theater show as well. Currently as well in a hybrid show, all right, which is basically a show that is shot in a studio but is broadcasted live over the internet. And also in my current virtual show as well that I perform over Zoom, for example, I also have created a version that I can present to a spectator through the screen, right, virtually as well. So what do you get when you purchase Colorscope? Well, Colorscope comes in this drawer box styled box, all right? It's produced by Hanson Chien production, and I've got quite a number of products from Hanson Chien. I've got let me see, I've got Omamori, Sonic Dice, Cyrix, just to name a couple of the effects. And he's always got really nice looking packaging. His products, always very well produced. This is a guy that really cares, all right, about how the products look the moment they arrive in your mail. So when you open the box, you will get inside, okay, there's a card over here with Perl image, I suppose, all right? And on the back, there is a QR code for the tutorial video. So the tutorial video runs for about 27 minutes, I think, just under half an hour. And in the video, it's quite basic, really simple, all right? Perl Lee will take you through everything you need to know, what you get inside the box. He'll introduce you all the props. And then there'll also be two performances of the effect as well, each showing the two kind of, shall we say, scenarios, all right? How the effect can play out. Perl will then take you through everything you need to know about how to perform the effect, how to set up the effect as well. And at the end of the video, he will also give you some more performance options, all right, to deliver the effect. So on top of this card over here, you will get some stuff, all right? I'll talk about the chips later on, but before that, there are like some things that you will receive, all right? There are a couple of these stickers, all right, these colored stickers. Okay, so you get like 3 sets, okay, of the colors. I'll tell you what these can be used for in a while. There are also these 2 like leaflets, okay. One is in Mandarin, okay, Mandarin, and the other is in English. Okay, English. On the backs of these, you can tell that they are colors, all right, in the order, okay? Now, these 2 leaflets are actually one of the reveal options, okay? So the spectator will arrange, you know, the chips in whatever order they want, and you can use this leaflet at the end to kind of use it as a prediction, right? To show that this is the order that was predicted. Now, this is the order that Perl uses, all right? There's a green, blue, red, and yellow. I can't use these, okay? And the very simple reason is because every time I've performed an effect like this using these 4 colors, you know, in my own chair prediction on stage as well, the order has always been, for me, red, blue, green, yellow. All right, so I've been using this particular order, red, blue, green, yellow, for like, I don't know, over a decade. Okay, so I cannot like change it to anything else. It just doesn't work in my head, all right? Which means I can't use these leaflets, you know, and that's where the colored stickers come in, okay? Because you can actually, if you have your own preferred kind of an order, you can use these stickers and you know, just create your own kind of a reveal. Perl actually uses the inside of his phone case, or his mobile phone case, where he just lifts up his phone and the order, the stickers are then, you know, just revealed in there, all right, inside the case, stuck to the inside of the case. So I could do that, all right, but really the reveal is just so flexible, you know, I can have just so many options, you know, it doesn't have to be these that are provided. The options are just really up to you. But I do think it's really nice that he provided these 2, you know, professionally printed leaflets, all right, one in English and one in Mandarin, all right, so you can use these if you want to. In fact, let me just test my Mandarin skills here, all right. In fact, it says here, let's go with this, 红, all right, 红色主导的人，精力旺盛，好奇心强, which means red, you are energetic with strong sense of curiosity. So on top of the leaflets and all the stickers and stuff, then we get to the physical props, all right? You will receive 4 of these wooden chips, okay? The red, blue, green, and yellow chips. But these wooden chips actually will hang on the chain that is provided with your kit as well. You could just hook these onto your chain like that, you know, hook this onto your keys, and you have an EDC, I suppose, all right? And if you have the prediction, you know, the stickers prepared in your phone case, well, you are ready, set to go anywhere there's a spectator and there's a table. So let me give you guys some random thoughts, you know, about my opinions on Colorscope, you know. So I've worked on this sort of an effect for many years, all right? In fact, I've also released my own version of, you know, a chair prediction, you know, called Chairless, all right, which is available through me or really cheaply through the pirates. So having done extensive research and work in methods, right, when it comes to these sort of effects, I came into this unsure as to what was new, right, methodologically, okay? I wasn't sure what was new. And so when I saw the basic method, well, there are 2 ways this can play out, right? In the first way, all right, in the first kind of, shall we say, scenario, well, that was kind of new, but not new to me, okay? It was a new kind of way of getting into the effect, all right? But the concept behind it is not really new, okay? Now that, I believe, will get you to the exact order that you need a pretty high percentage of the time. I think maybe about 70% of the time, maybe. I haven't tried it, but I do think that, yeah, you could kind of nudge the spectator to arrange things a certain way. Now, the second way this can play out, I actually prefer, it is a method that was published by Patrick Redford, all right, which I do have his notes, Ensconce Fundament, all right, which I'm just too lazy to dig it out now from my library, but I do have those manuscripts. Now, the matching elements of the effect aside, okay, because that is not really like a new thing, all right, but that aside, I think what makes this effect different, all right, from anything else is the readings portion, okay, because you're not just handing these chips to the spectator and telling them, you know what, arrange this in any order you like. It is more of, you hand a color to the spectator, you invite them to like look at it, touch it, and then from there you kind of engage them in conversation, right? What does red mean to you when you feel it, when you touch it, and then they tell you what it means to them. In my culture, red means like luck, but yeah, you have them tell you what it means to them, and from there you kind of have a conversation about the colors, the meanings behind the colors. You can also compare and contrast the kind of, actual meanings of the colors to what it actually means for the spectators. So those can be used to kind of inspire the content for the readings. So I think the readings aspect of this routine is something that that needs to be worked on, all right, if you really want to present this effect. Many a time, I think, when we are like, dealing with like mentalism releases, the tutorial or the PDF, whatever, always just tells you, do the effect up to this point and then give the spectator a reading. What does that mean, right? What does that mean? For people who have no idea how to do it, it really means nothing. Do I just tell them what the colors mean? So I think many times the concept of giving a reading is just kind of skimmed past, right? Skimmed over. But for this particular effect, I think you do really need to kind of do some work, study the meanings of the colors. And then from there, you will be able to better kind of engage the spectator in a conversation about what the colors mean. So I think this effect it's not going to be like, a wow kind of an effect, all right? If you're looking for something like visual magic to like wow your spectator, this is not it, and as a result, I think this is not going to be, while it is like everyday carry, okay, it's not going to be something that you can use for like, in a walk around magic engagement, because, well, you need at least an attentive spectator, I think, someone who is like interested. You'll need a table, you will need some time to perform it, it's not one of those, extreme burn paper to money kind of an effect, right? So not really suited for walk around, but I think really strong for those moments, casual performances when someone sees this on your keychain and they ask you about it and they're genuinely interested. Then I think this would be great to kind of engage them in a really interesting moment of strangeness. So I did mention that earlier on there is one method to kind of nudge the spectator in a particular way, right? To arrange the chips in a particular order. Well, that will happen a high percentage of the time, but if you think about it, there really are only like 24 different ways that these 4 things can be arranged, right? So I mean, I would handle it differently. I might skip, Perl's, method for the first phase, all right, the first scenario. I might just hand the chips to the spectator and have them just look over all 4 of them, hand one of them to me, and then I would ask about, what the meaning is and engage the spectator in a conversation about the color, what it means, and, and then I would just place the chips down in an order to set up the second scenario. Okay, if you have this, or once you get this, all right, you will know what I mean, all right, because I do enjoy Patrick Redford's method, all right, for the mixing at the end. Okay, so I hope that was clear. That is the way I think I will handle to perform Colorscope. Alright, but all things concerned, I think it is a well put together package, alright, and the fact that I can see myself performing, you know, it's really like my kind of a thing because I love this sort of a thing, alright, this kind of effect. And well, it really is really suited to be an everyday carry, right? So just put these 4 chips onto the chain, hook them onto your keys or your backpack or something like that, and you know, have the prediction set up in your phone case. Anytime someone asks you about these things, what they are, you are all set to perform a really interesting piece of conversational mentalism. I would like to thank Perl Lee for sending me a copy of Colorscope so that I can chat about it with you guys on this show. And also special thanks to Hanson Chien as well, alright, for sending me the package so that I can chat about it with you guys on this show. If you'd like to order a copy of Colorscope for yourself, if you haven't already, I will leave the link in the description box down below. So that's all for today's episode, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I have a couple more items that are in the works, alright. Hanson Chien sent me something else along with Colorscope. I'll be talking about that as well. The French twins sent me a package as well. Really surprised to receive that. I will be chatting about that as well. I've got something else in the mail that is arriving as well from Heim Goldenberg. So do stay tuned for those episodes coming up in the future. So till next time, guys, do take care of yourselves, stay safe, enjoy your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.